exactly sure I care, because I also believe this. Then we'll go back to the phones, talking Lions and anything else you want to hit on. But if they win tomorrow, talking about Michigan, it is not only a good season, it is a fabulous season. It's a great season. It's a magnificent season. Any great word you choose to use, break out your thesaurus, I think it's that. Because it means you beat all your rivals. And more importantly, more than anything else, it means that you figured out a way in the middle of the season after you looked like garbage to turn it all around. Let's not forget this is a team that almost lost to Army. Let's not forget this is a team that went to Madison and got their asses kicked by Wisconsin. And at that point, I think we all thought this was at least a 4 to 5 to maybe 6 loss football team. They were bad. They were legitimately bad. So to turn that around in the middle of the season, despite not going to Indy and despite not going to the CFP, I call it a great season. I call it any great word you want to use. Now, there's a lot of people out there, the detractors, that will say, you're not going to Indy. Harbaugh was hired to go to Indy. You're not going to the CFP. Harbaugh was hired to go to the CFP. And if you've ever listened to me, I bash Harbaugh any chance I get. Because I have not been impressed through the first 5 years. But I think you're kind of moving the goalpost. The last time the freaking Wolverines won a Big Ten was 2004. This is who Michigan is. So if you find a way to beat your rival, something that seems unthinkable right now in Ohio State, I think it's a great season. And add it to the fact that you figured out a way to turn it around. Other people will say, I'm a loser, and I'm an idiot, and it's a bad season, disappointing season, because you're not going to Indy. Here's what I would say. Michigan State fans would kill for this season. You would absolutely kill for it. You'd murder somebody right now, maybe your neighbor, maybe your relative. You would murder somebody to have Michigan season. So if you're a Sparty, I'm not exactly sure you're allowed the way in, but of course you can. Well, yeah, I'm going to say great season. And you're going to say no, and I'm going to say yes, and you're going to say but. They hired Harbaugh to take you further, and I'm going to say, sure, I agree, fair enough. But to do what they did this year, if you just focus on this year and where expectations were at the start and where they fell to the middle, and to finish like you did, I think it's pretty great. 248-539-9797, the ticket text 97136. Ron, you're on the ticket. Hey, Ron, what's up, bud?
Hey, what's going on, man? Great show today.
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate it.
Oh, man, I have to say, yeah, I just
You
want
too.
to touch on the Lions, man. I mean, I'm definitely with you as far as this playing this Matt Patricia clown show. I mean, it's ridiculous. I pulled up at the in-laws house yesterday, and I'm the only one. I'm a fan. I'm the only one that Lions. Mother-in-law come out the house and I know you got your Lions. I said, I got my Lions gear on. They all just bust out laughing.
I would kind of laugh too, Ron.
Okay? Now, I mean, it's so hard, man, being a fan of this organization. I mean, first of all, it's a clown show. This team is current with hiring the right people to run the team. Bob Quinn, I'm sorry. I got it. Hey, man, you lost me. I was done with him with this draft. When he took this guy, I knew he didn't know what he was doing. It's nothing against Hawkinson. No, everybody talking about the defense was so good. The defense was horrible last year. The first thing me as a fan and anybody that knows football is saying they need help on defense. So you got a top 10 draft pick. Everybody in the state of Michigan was saying, why are you putting McKissick in the backfield when you got a third and a half yard to go, an inch, and you run a outside play when you could get 2 tries and getting a half an inch. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. Everybody's laughing at me, and I'm getting sick of it.
Hey, Ron, can I ask you a question? Like, honestly, how old of a guy are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 53.
All right, so 53, so you're not going to change. How the hell? Because I want to know, because I used to be like you. Like, when I was 19, 20, 21, I remember how angry I got and how excited I got when I thought the Lions were good, but I used to get so pissed, right? Like how do you continue? How do you continue to feel like that? At some point, doesn't it all just kind of like scar over and you just laugh at this team? But not you.
thinking this is going to be just a humiliation from the start of the game to the end. I didn't have no idea that Blau would play the way that he did. So that gave me a little bit okay. I'm already getting blazed, but I'm gonna try to ordeal, make my Thanksgiving the best that I can, because my team is on national TV and we're about to get it. So anyway, to make a long one short, man, this has been one. I've been watching the Lions, man. And my family's from Pittsburgh, okay? I got Steelers fans in my blood. I was born in the Chiefs sport. Right out, I moved to Detroit when I was 2 years old. I'm the only one in my family that I'm a Lions fan. So I bleed Honolulu Blues. And my wife, man, she's sitting there. I told her, I said, this is Bob Quinn. I said, this guy, he don't have a clue.
Hey, Ron, I'm with you.
It let me know he didn't know what he was doing.
Ronnie.
And Patricia, you can't, man, oh my God, you got this guy figured out. This guy's a clown show, man.
No, he stinks. Hey, Ron, we're up against him, man. I do apologize, man. But with that being said, you gotta go to the Steelers. Go. Your family will accept you. Your family will accept you. Go be a Steeler fan. Don't be a fan of this nonsense anymore. 248-539-9797. The ticket text 97136. Michigan, Ohio State is out there. How does Michigan beat the Buckeyes? And if they do, what kind of season is it? It's great, isn't it? Despite not going to the CFP or Indy. And then also the Lions. Are you now convinced Patricia and Quinn come back because they're still employed as of right now? And are you good with that? 97-1 the ticket.
All right, well, Coppercraft Distillery. Now, if you're looking for some great holiday gifts, head over coppercraftdistillery.com. Use code Sully19. You're going to get 15% off your entire order. So maybe you're looking to order a nice whiskey set for Christmas, or maybe you want to get some gear, some sweatshirts, some hats. They got a bunch of stuff on their online store. And that's also a great way to try Coppercraft at a discount as well. They don't do this a lot. So go to coppercraftdistillery.com, use code Sully19, and you're going to get 15% off your entire order. That's coppercraftdistillery.com. Support the Michigan company as well. They're from Holland, Michigan. Learn more all over their social media, and certainly on their website. Do some shopping. coppercraftdistillery.com.
Time for another Action Network Flash. Tonight, the NFC's Los Angeles team hosts Baltimore, and John Harbaugh's crew is a 3.5-point favorite. Over 70% of the money is on Baltimore. For all the betting info, download the free Action Network app today.
So guys, how many of you are guilty of using your wife or your girlfriend's shampoo in the shower? Quite a few, I imagine. Have you considered the importance of using a product designed for your hair? Yes, men's hair. After all, your hair is different. Dove Men Plus Care has created a hair care range designed to fortify men's hair and give it the care it needs to stay strong and healthy. Do your family and your hair a favor and get your own products. Dove Men Plus Care for stronger, more resilient hair. Available at Walmart.
Right now at T-Mobile, you can get 4 iPhone 11s on us when you add 4 lines. And keep your family connected with our most powerful signal ever.
So, hope everyone likes their presents. Thanks to T-Mobile, we all got iPhone 11s this year.
Really? Wait, all of us?
Yep.
The one with the all-day battery life?
And the ultra-wide camera.
Yeah, let's get a picture.
Okay, say happy holidays.
Happy holidays!
I'm gonna post this pic right now.
Already did. 20 likes.
Hashtag that's my girl. Hashtag best gift ever.
Yeah. Hashtag dad's blocked.
Ring in the holidays at T-Mobile. Get 4 lines for just $30 a line. And hurry in to get 4 iPhone 11s on us with new lines and qualifying iPhone trade. Via 24 credits for well-qualified buyers with autopay plus taxes and fees. If you cancel your line before receiving 24 credits, you pay up to the full value of your device, $699.99 for base model. Contact us. Qualifying service and finance agreements required.
Hi, I'm Brooke Burke. Do you ever consider just how important your feet are? They're quite literally the foundation of your body. And if you don't take care of them, you're asking for problems. That's why I wear Skechers new Arch Fit shoes. Skechers teamed up with doctors to make a shoe that provides complete all-day foot support. They use 20 years of data to design a podiatrist-certified insole that distributes pressure across the arch, providing incredible stability and extreme comfort. Get Skechers new Arch Fit at a Skechers store near you, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish shoes are sold.
messes quicker. And it's 2 times more absorbent than the leading Ordinary brand. So you can get back to getting caught in the rain. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
With 9 area locations, Sunbelt Rentals knows how to get things done in Detroit. Find one near you at sunbeltrentals.com. That's sunbeltrentals.com.
To see contest rules for 97.1 The Ticket contests, go to 97.1theticket.com and click on the Contests tab. Got something to say? Text 97.1 The Ticket now at 97136. Ticket text brought to you by LaFontaine Volvo Cars of Farmington Hills. Home of the Family Deal. Find over 5,000 new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs daily at FamilyDeal.com.
The Michigan Wolverines host Ohio State. Kick off tomorrow at noon on 97.1 The Ticket or radio.com.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, man, I was pretty damn sure once John Beeline left Michigan, they were gonna suck this year. Kudos to Juwan, man. Man, fly back in the house. Michigan up 7 on Gonzaga right now. Thinking, yeah, the Zags just gonna tip back. We'll keep you updated on the game. If they win this one, they win the Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlanta's championship. Free throw, no good. So it's a 7-point game. Got it. Talk about a couple of different things. Lions and Michigan football. Hey, I'm listening to Red Wing Hockey at 340. 248-539-9797. By the way, if you were listening last segment, the guys behind the glass, Griffin specifically, he waved at me when I said we'll send you to Red Wings Hockey at 340. So I thought I got that wrong. But what I got wrong leading up to saying we'd send you there at 3:30, I said, well, hopefully the Wings can get a see, Adam. He just was named Pro Football Focus's best safety of the week, and we find out that Pete Carroll uses video of Diggs to show the rest of his defense how to play defense, just like he did with Earl Thomas, who was an all-time great. Like, that move, Ron, you're so right, that move in itself is a fireable offense, and it should piss you off, especially after they gave him an extension.
Oh, it does. Listen, one more thing, one final point here, because you've already laid it all out there, and I think it's super obvious. But I think, and I would mind if he was gone with him, take the ginger back with you, but in my opinion, if Bob Quinn is a football mind, and he's a winner, and Bob Quinn is going to be competitive, he needs to fire his buddy right now to try and save his own job.
Don't have
I'd like to throw a name out there. Why could, imagine this team, we like Black Bevel as the OC. I thought Stafford was playing better.
Sure.
I said no running game. Bevel has been a good OC. How about Robert Slay? I know he's only a coordinator, but Sean McVay was a coordinator before he got a job as an
Right, you're right. He's from Dearborn.
How about Robert Slay? Did he bring in his own DC and with his mindset, his attitude, and the type of show that he runs on defense out there in San Francisco? Defense is our problem. How about we bring in Robert Slay, make OC Bevel, and take this thing? Why are we scared of change just for the sake of being scared of change?
Ron, I don't disagree, and I do appreciate your call. What I would say is, like, Saleh obviously is from Dearborn. He's a local guy. He knows the struggles of the Lions. Like, Adam Gase is in New York, and they gave him a vote of confidence and said he's not going to get fired this year. And, coincidentally, the Jets have taken off. They just beat the Raiders. They destroyed the Raiders. I always thought Adam Gase would be the perfect hire in Detroit because he's from Ypsilanti. He went to Michigan State. He already coached on the Lions staff. He was the quarterback / like quality control guy. That's a guy that understands the culture in Detroit. That's a guy that understands how cursed this freaking organization is. Like, I was always for that. Now, Saleh's another one. Dearborn guy who grew up witnessing what the Lions are, and that's trash. I'm sure he grew up a Lions fan. So that's another good name, too. I think it's more than just hiring a good coach. I think at this point we all realize you need to figure out who the guy is that can come in and actually fix the culture. And listen, to Patricia's credit, he tried. He did. He tried with all the Patriot crap. He tried to pretty much weed out the locker room. Anybody that disagrees with him, he pretty much kicked aside. They traded Golden Tate. They traded Quandre Diggs. I'm sure they're going to trade Darius Slay. That's not the way to build a winner, though. Trade anybody that's good, that speaks out against you. Give me a break. So I know Patricia's not the guy, but I don't hate at all the idea of bringing in a local guy. 97 on the ticket.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
We have a crash on westbound 96 before Novi Road on the left shoulder. Traffic slow from the 696-275 interchange. Also slow because of the busy 12 Oaks Mall traffic on this Black Friday. Finding delays in Sterling Heights as well on east and westbound M59 between Van Dyke and Garfield. In Taylor on east and westbound Eureka Road between Telegraph and Rocco. And in Madison Heights, north and southbound John R. near 14 Mile and Oakland Mall. This is Catherine Leslie in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
If you're a smoker trying to quit, it may take you several attempts before you're able to quit for good. And quitting smoking takes practice and many small steps, like not smoking cigarettes while driving or while drinking coffee. And with each quit attempt, you learn something new about what works for you, and you'll get closer to quitting once and for all. Check out everytrycounts.gov for more helpful tips, tools, and information that's going to help you on your journey towards quitting once again. Website, check it out, everytrycounts.gov.
If you're looking for more ways to save this holiday season, you're going to love earning 4 times the fuel points on gift cards. Now through December 10th at Kroger. Just download your coupon from the app or at Kroger.com. Then head to Kroger and choose from hundreds of gift cards like Bass Pro Shops, Lowe's, Google Play, and more. Whether you give them as gifts or use them for your holiday shopping, you'll earn 4 times the fuel points. More ways to save. It's easy. Limited time offer and restrictions apply. Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Morning, Dave. Morning. Is that your phone?
Yeah, I have an alert for when something big happens in the world of hash browns.
Really?
Yeah. It says here, Tim Hortons hash browns are now just 50 cents.
50 cents? Oh, I'm getting one with my sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Good idea. That's a backup alarm. Just
ABC Warehouse this Black Friday for massive markdowns on appliances, TVs, mattresses, furniture, and more. Doors open at 8 a.m. with doorbuster deals. Get a Frigidaire over-the-range microwave for just $97, or pick up a Samsung 55-inch 4K LED smart TV for just $297. Get the lowest prices of the season at 0% interest for up to 72 months. See all the sales at abcwarehouse.com. Shop Black Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale.
Hi, I'm Matt Garko from Bill Brown Ford. Bill Brown Ford would like to wish all of our customers a happy holiday. Bill Brown Ford will continue our giving spirit by donating a portion of every vehicle purchased to the Detroit Youth Choir. The America's Got Talent finalists inspire youth from all over the Metro Detroit area. Help Bill Brown Ford support the Detroit Youth Choir as they foster worthy youth talent within our region. Thank you for letting us be your Ford dealer. Visit BillBrownFord.com to make your donation.
What's in store this Black Friday at your local Staples?
Comfort?
And joy.
As in the comfort of a Staples gaming chair.
And the joy of big Black Friday savings.
Great for work or play. Staples gaming chairs are just $99.99, 50% off.
Plus, you'll find huge Black Friday savings at Staples on the hottest holiday tech, like laptops, printers, tablets, and more.
The most wonderful deals of the year are at Staples this Black Friday, where there's a whole lot in store.
Ends 12/2/19 while supplies last. So guys, how many of you are guilty of using your wife or your girlfriend's shampoo in the shower? Quite a few, I imagine. Have you considered the importance of using a product designed for your hair? Yes, men's hair. After all, your hair is different. Dove Men Plus Care has created a hair care range designed to fortify men's hair and give it the care it needs to stay strong and healthy. Do your family and your hair a favor and get your own products. Dove Men Plus Care for stronger, more resilient hair. Available at Walmart. This hour of the Mike Valenti Show is brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
Introducing the Capital One Walmart Rewards Card. Earn unlimited 5% back on everything you buy at Walmart online. It's the perfect card for all your family's hits this holiday season. Like 5% back on the air fryer Grandpa told you about when he fell asleep in his chair. Or 5% back on the laptop your sister had carolers sing to you. The Capital One Walmart Rewards Card. Earn unlimited rewards, including 5% back at Walmart online. What's in your wallet?
Terms and exclusions apply. Capital One NA.
Shop Macy's Black Friday doorbusters before they're gone. Like 50 to 60% off designer styles. And boots and shoes for her, 45% off. Save over $150 on 4-piece sheet sets, now $29.99. And blenders, toaster ovens, and more are just $7.99 after $12 mail-in rebate. For more perks, check out Macy's Star Rewards. You'll get...
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97 The Ticket.
Pistons and Wings in action today. Wings in Philly looking to snap a 7-game losing streak as they take on the Flyers. 11 for you right here on the ticket, just about 7 minutes. Pistons, meanwhile, wrapping up a home-and-home with the Hornets from Little Caesars Arena. That for you right here on the ticket, starting at 7. First high school football championship game is in the books down at Ford Field. Reading Rangers beating Beale City 33-6 to win their second straight Division 8 title. In the fourth quarter of the Division 2 title game, Muskegon and Mona Shores leading Detroit Martin Luther King by 2, 28-26. Michigan looking to take home the Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis title. Taking on Gonzaga. Right now they lead at 65-50 midway through the second half.
The
Yes.
last two winners of this tournament have won the national championship. Virginia and Villanova. Get excited.
I know you're excited. This is good.
Good.
Well, here's one for you, Reeks. Let me clear my throat for you. Eastern Michigan falling to Kent State today, 31-26. They finished 6-6 on the year, but Central Michigan rolling Toledo, 49-7. They win the MAC West, advancing the title game next week at Ford Field, making them the only FBS team in Michigan to play a conference title game this year.
Is a shark going to be there?
Is a shark going to be there?
Yeah.
Why would a shark?
Head coach and the naked shark.
Oh, Jim McElwain?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the pregame ritual. They dry hump a shark.
Yeah. Hey, whatever works, man.
Hey, it went from 1-11 to winning the MAC West. I'm Ryan Woolley with a ticket update. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
I got to tell you, that stat that Willie just read, that is truly amazing. McElwain goes to Central. They go from 1-11 to 8-4. And if it's true, I think Wooly made that part up. Listen, I don't know anything about Central Michigan football, but if it's true that they get a shark every game, or maybe it's the same shark, they put him in a freezer, and McElwain gets with the shark, and then coaches to go 8-4, I'm with it.
Hey, maybe Harbaugh needs to stop busting out on a Bo's grave before the Ohio State game and get a shark out there. Maybe he'll beat Ohio State.
Well, McElwain did come from the Harbaugh staff. So maybe McElwain should have stayed in Michigan and Harbaugh should go to Central.
James Kennedy gave me that, by the way, about the first FBS team, or the only FBS team in Michigan to play for a conference title. That's pretty impressive this year. Only Michigan team to play for a championship is going to be Central Michigan.
But let me ask you this very quickly, Will. And then I got to get back to the calls, and we got Red Wing hockey. If Michigan beats Ohio State tomorrow, which is one of the better Ohio State teams we're going to have seen, is it a great season?
No. It's a good step forward, but it's not a great season. Yes, you look at they beat Ohio State, they beat the rivals, Michigan State and Notre Dame. But again, the three best teams that you played, you would have lost 2 of the 3.
Let me ask you a follow-up.
Okay.
Does your opinion even matter because you're a Sparty, a filthy Sparty?
Well, you could tell me that, but no, I think it matters. It's
a follow-up to that. Do you think that Mark Antonio has been overrated and was immensely lucky because when he was doing the same thing that you want Michigan to do, Michigan was a non-factor and so was Penn State? That's right.
But that doesn't make a difference because in those years, Ohio State still won a national championship and Penn State should have been in the college football playoff and State was good at the same time. Just because Michigan's down doesn't mean Michigan State was bad. Oh, it doesn't. Your program doesn't dictate how good the Big Ten is.
We'll argue that tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Nice job, Will. Had a blast, man. You sound good. Should be the play-by-play voice of somebody. I can get you a gig. You're good at what you do. 248-539-9797. All right, Rich, you're on the ticket. Hey, Rich, what's up, bud?
Yeah, I want to say, first of all, how you doing? Happy holidays.
Hey, you too, man. I'm doing great. How you doing?
I just want to say, here we go again. Now, I was like the call screen. I was going back to the beginning when 9 is not acceptable. We can do better, blah, 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 blah. And we regressed this far back from 9 and 7. And if Arthur was really, really like Conwell, how should you be feeling right now? You had me to terminate this man due to the fact that, 9 and 7 wasn't good enough. We got to get better, and we will get better. And we want to be, we don't just want to, make the playoffs. We want to be in contention every year. It's out of his mouth. See? That's why I say social media and stuff like that, you should watch what you say. Because I think that's right there going to hurt him.
No, Rich, I'm with you. I mean, listen, I'd be the first guy to tell you that I thought maybe it was time to get rid of Jim Caldwell. But now I'm wrong. But now I'm wrong because, at least Jim Caldwell gave you meaningful football in December. Like, I know he went to Cincinnati one year and got rolled and went to Baltimore. I think it was the same year and got rolled. But, Rich, you are so right. This is such a step back. And you're right, too. The Bob Quinn comments are going to hurt him. The 9 and 7. Now, I don't know if Martha or Sheila or anybody like that cares about those comments. We'll wait and see. But it is pretty bad to tell your fan base that we think we're capable of more. Super Bowls, championships. We have enough talent on this team. And you go and you hire your boy, and now you stink. Like, I can't get past the Mike Lombardi interview that Valenti did a couple of weeks ago now. When Lombardi said that Patricia and Quinn used to sit in the back row at Patriot meetings, talking to each other. And you know the only thing I can think of? You ever see Pinky in the Brain? Remember Pinky? We're Pinky in the Brain, brain. And every episode, Pinky, what do you want to do today? I want to take over the world. It's almost like these guys wanted to take over an NFL team. Like they dreamed about it, they talked about it. All they did was commiserate about one day. One day I'm going to be named the GM, and then one day I'm going to bring you in to be my head coach. And we're going to rule the NFL. We're going to use all the teachings of Bill Belichick, and we're going to rule the NFL. Now look at him. So, anyway. A couple quick ticket texts. This one just says, ugh, Rieger, just stop talking. All right, fair enough. I will in about 25 seconds. Here's another one. I'm not saying I'm happy about not making a Big Ten title. I'm just saying that you should be happy about not making a Big Ten title. Jeff Rieger, this is some pathetic hot takery right here. LOL, think harder. Josh in Lincoln Park. But you're not going to make the Big Ten title. Okay, it's fine. But where you came from, the fact that I thought you were going to lose 6 games, is pretty good. It's great. 97 on the ticket. Good night.
This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network. More than just a team. More than hockey.
comes with every card. Here are the voices of Red Wings hockey, Ken Kal and Paul Woods.
The Red Wings dropped a tough 6-0 decision to the Toronto Maple Leafs on Thanksgiving Eve.
New head coach Alain Vigneault and the Philadelphia Flyers were the two wild cards in the Eastern Conference and coming off a featured victory against the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Live from Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, it's the Red Wings and the Philadelphia Flyers tonight.
Detroit Red Wings hockey.
Brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Little Caesars Pizza, Quick Park, Metro Detroit Chevy Dealers, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Detroit Area Toyota Dealers, General RV Centers, Buff Whalen Chevrolet, Hartford and Radliff, Toggled LED Lighting, Village Ford, The Macomb Group, Ram Trucks, Coppercraft Distillery, Metro Detroit Buick GMC Dealers, Family Heating, Cooling and Electric, Varsity Lincoln, Zeal Credit Union, and the Southeast Michigan Ford Dealers.
This is Detroit Red Wings hockey.
97.1 The Ticket and Ellison Brewery have teamed up to create 97.1 The Ticket Double Dry Hopped Hazy Pale Ale. This crushable hazy pale ale is brewed with generous amounts of Mosaic and Simcoe hops for the perfect balance of flavor, hoppiness, and drinkability. It starts with a tropical aroma and bursts forward with citrus and pine flavors. Full-bodied flavor, yet deceptively easy to drink. Look for 97.1 The Ticket Double Dry Hopped Hazy Pale by Ellison Brewery on draft at a bar or restaurant near you. Must be 21. Enjoy responsibly.
Hi, I'm Larry Burns. Do you know an estimated 17.1 million children have suffered from a mental health disorder in the United States? This is one of the many reasons the Children's Foundation partners with organizations like the Jamie Daniels Foundation to understand, discuss, and bring awareness to the stigma surrounding mental illness and addiction. Together, we can start the conversation and create a plan of action to give children the voice they need to succeed. To learn more about our mission, visit yourchildrensfoundation.org.
Hockey fans are gearing up for the holidays at NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the largest assortment of NHL fan gear anywhere, with unique, one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics and authentic fan gear, the latest styles from every NHL team and all the players you love. Don't wait, shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
Count on Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan to give you the confidence that comes with knowing whenever you need health care, you can get it. With choices and coverage, you can find coverage that's right for you. Confidence comes with every card.
The National Hockey League. One more reason when you think of sports, you think of Detroit's #1 sports station, 97.1 The Ticket. Let's face off with Ken Kal.
And again, we welcome you back to the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia as the Red Wings face off against the Philadelphia Flyers this afternoon. Face off is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card. Dan McCourt worked in the NHL for 25 years. McCourt talks about how he ended up being an NHL linesman.
You know what? As I was just saying to somebody outside, it was I never got drafted as a player. I wanted to make it to the NHL. My brother Dale was playing for the Red Wings at the time. My uncle is George Armstrong, my mother's brother, who had just finished playing in the early 70s and coached the Marlies. And how did I get there? How could I get to the NHL? And I thought, well, you know, there's refereeing and there's coaching, and you can coach when you're 50, so I'm going to try this refereeing thing and see how far I can go. And in 2.5 years after I started, the WHA folded. I was working the IH, was working NHL finals, got a letter from the NHL in the summertime, got invited to the training camp, and this will be my 40th year with the NHL. This is my 15th year in management with them.
Just an amazing career, Dan. And did you ever think about being a referee? I know you spent most of your years there on the lines.
Yeah, I wanted to referee when I first got to the IHL, but they had a full staff when I got there, and they said if an opening comes, we'll let you referee. And then when the opportunity came with the NHL, I knew with Dale playing with the Red Wings, there was no way they were going to let me referee. I knew Matt Pavelich had been a linesman when his brother Marty played for the Red Wings back in the late 50s and the 60s. So I knew they would let me be a linesman. When Dale left in, I think, 85, 86 and went to Europe to play, George started coaching the Leafs. So I didn't think there was going to be any way I'd get the opportunity to referee. I looked at the John D'Amico's, Ray Scapinello's, Leon Stickles, and thought, you know what, I can have a pretty good career here as a linesman. So I stayed with that route that I first started with.
Do linesmen have a lot of fun when they're involved in the game?
Linesmen used to have a lot of fun when we were involved in the game, because when I started, there was one camera in the rink, and it followed watch nowadays, everything that every player, every official, everything that's said on the ice is picked up on the camera somewhere. It's shown on TV, and you're just not allowed to have the fun that we used to have.
Was there ever a player that comes to mind that was a guy that you just like to have fun kibitzing with out there on the ice? A character?
There was lots of guys. I mean, every hockey player that I dealt with in the NHL over that period of time always had a humorous side to them. There was fun somewhere in everybody. And, you know, the Stevie Y, as serious as he could be, every once in a while we could stop at a commercial or a stoppage of play and say something funny. And Dale and I used to have great talks at stoppages of play and commercials out on the ice. And I mean, I can think of 1,000 hockey players that I had no problem with communicating with, or telling a joke, or playing a joke on them, and everybody taking it just as humor, not as a serious side of the game.
And McCourt, I enjoyed your officiating on the ice, and always enjoyed talking hockey with you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it.
Real good guy, former NHL linesman Dan McCourt.
And of course, the younger brother of Dale McCourt, who was actually my line mate for the Detroit Red Wings. Actually, Dan used to come down a couple of times. We were roommates, Dale and I, and he'd come down. We had a couple of memorable nights, the three of us. So I've got lots of fond memories. But he had a great sense of humor. But as he mentioned, a lot of guys did back in those days. But he was also a very good NHL linesman. Part I take away from that is that it didn't work one way for him. He found a different way to get the National Hockey League. That takes great perseverance. So good for Dan.
I'd say he had a great career, 25 years as a linesman.
Depends on those guys he mentioned too, you know, Race Cat John D'Amico, my old guy came from my hometown, Bob Hodges, Leon Stickler, who was a linesman for many, many years, and they were a big part of the game. But I don't know, I guess because you went through it back in those days, but it just seemed just a lot more different back then, and just a lot more personable, and there's a lot of talking going on between the players and the referees and the line. Not so much referees, linesmen, as Dan has said, players and the opposing players.
Well, the Red Wings are in Philadelphia this afternoon and haven't scored a goal in 156 minutes and 28 seconds. They got to find some offense against a team that's playing pretty well on home ice, the Philadelphia
Well, you just got to
Flyers.
get back to the things that make you successful. Just start to doing those things over and over again. And you can't, you're not going to score 2 or 3 goals just by thinking, I want to score goals. It doesn't work that way. You got to go through that process, work on your structure, start playing as a 5-man group, and you can change it quickly. And I keep using the Montreal Canadiens as an example. They were rolling. They had the most points of any Canadian team in the National Hockey League, second place in the Atlantic Division, 2 injuries. Since that time, the Montreal Canadiens have lost 6 consecutive games, including last night, 6-1 the New Jersey Devils. The point I'm trying to get to, it's a fragile existence. It can change quickly. You can feel good about yourself. It's rolling. All of a sudden, the wheels come off, and you can't get them back on. And it happens almost to every team in the National Hockey League during the course of a season. So we just got to get back on track. But injury problems, again, have just plagued this team, especially back in the blue line. Just so many moving parts back there. And I mentioned a couple times just where different coaches in the National Hockey just put the same defensive pair out there. Their only choice would be first pair, second pair, third pair. Just go out there, and we've got so many moving parts. Every game is different, and no different here again this afternoon against the Flyers. More changes back at the blue.
Well, as far as the injuries go, Jimmy Howard was injured in the game against Toronto, and he left in that first period of play. He's not with the team, and Patrick Nemeth, he did not make the trip out here to Philadelphia. He is hurt too, so the Red Wings do get back Mike Green, though, back there on the blue line.
Yeah, Mike Green, and the pairings I've got, Dennis Chalowski, Mike Green, Madison and Bowie with Philip Aronik, Jonathan Erickson's not playing as well. I'm not sure what that the situation is. Banged up, and then it'll be Dylan McIlrath and Alex Viega back in the lineup. All the Red Wings back on the blue line. So mixing, matching again for Doug Huda. He's the assistant coach. He's in charge of changing over defensemen. And Calvin Pickard will get his first starting goal for the Red Wings, originally drafted by the Avalanche. He's also played for Toronto Maple Leafs and briefly for these Philadelphia Flyers.
Philadelphia Flyers are coming in, winning 2 in a row and just 2 regulation losses in the last 14 games.
The thing about the Flyers, in my mind, they're much better defensively. Matt Niskanen came over from Washington, the Catholic Division rival. He and now Ivan Plover at the top of that pair. That's been really good. And Travis Assign has been really good defenseman. Robert Haig back in the blue line as well. But up front, the thing I take away from the Philadelphia Flyers now is great balance up in front. You have a hard time telling the first line from the fourth line. All 4 lines that can play. Morgan Frost is now skating that top line. He's a rookie. He played for Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds last year. He's on the top line with Claude Giroux. Jean Couturier, he centers his own line. Oscar Lindblad's with him. He's got 9 goals in summer breakout season. Kevin Hayes, who I thought was a
top six forward. He's a third center iceman. Michael Rafford went down to the winger. He's on the fourth line with James Van Riemsdyk and Tyler Pitlick, but maybe it's the third line. So great balance up front. I think Alain Vigneault is a good choice for the head coach. He's made a big difference. The Philadelphia Flyers, in my mind, look like a playoff team in the Eastern Conference.
So it's the Red Wings and the Philadelphia Flyers doing battle on this Friday afternoon from the city of brotherly love. Coming up next, I'll talk with Red Wings head coach Jeff Blashill as our pregame show continues on the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
Michigan weather. The old line is to wait 5 minutes and it will change. I'm Mark from Hartford and Randall. If you're waiting for the weather, you're doing it all wrong. You should be planning one season ahead. If it's spring, you should be preparing for summer. If it's fall, winter should be on your mind. Hartford and Randall, your four-season comfort experts. We're ready for whatever Mother Nature has in store. Call Hartford and Randall, 800-466-3110, or click on hartfordandrandall.com.
Next time you're traveling to Metro Airport, team up with the Quick Park on Merriman Road, a proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings. When you book your spot online at quickpark.com, their friendly shuttle drivers will pick you up and drive you straight to your gate, saving you time and money. And with Quick Park's parking points, you can score big to earn free parking, plus other great rewards when you enroll now at quickpark.com/parking points. Quick, easy, and hassle-free. It will change the way you travel. So get online, book your spot, and let the queue take care of you.
At Huntington, we're for people. The underdogs. The pioneers. The players. The slow and steadies. We're for people at Huntington. For who they are and who they could become. Yes, we're a bank, and some say our business is all about money. But that's an old idea. Because look past the money, and you'll see real human lives. We see it because we're for people. Huntington, welcome. Member FDIC.
Share what Hockeytown means to you while posting to social media using hashtag MyHockeytown. Follow the unique story at DetroitRedWings.com/MyHockeytown.
The National Hockey League. One more reason when you think of sports, you think of Detroit's #1 sports station, 97.1 The Ticket. Inside the locker room, here are Ken Cal and Paul Woods.
Zambonis are making their appearance out onto the ice surface, moments away from the start of this matinee affair between the Red Wings and the Philadelphia Flyers. Let's go inside the Red Wing locker room right now. Detroit head coach Jeff Blashill talks about Jonathan Bernier's gutsy effort against the Maple Leafs.
No, you know, Jonathan came into the night expecting to play, and then he had the flu, so he wasn't feeling well at all. We wanted to avoid using emergency back if at all possible, so I'd asked Jonathan to try to go out for warm-ups and try to be ready if needed. And unfortunately, if needed, happened 10 minutes into the game. And we have a really good person in our emergency backup in Josh Block, but it wasn't the route we wanted to go. We wanted to do everything we could to play Bernie, and he went in and played. And unfortunately, we spent tons of time in our own zone and gave up as many shots as we have since I've been here, and that makes it real hard on the goalie. But I thought he did a good job of grinding that out and staying in the game for us.
Second period wasn't a very good period against the Toronto Maple Leafs. How do you rebound after a game in a period like that?
You better grow and get better, and we tried to address that yesterday in practice. There's areas we need to get better at, specifically in our D-zone coverage. That's as bad as we've been in D-zone all season. I made a tweak after the second period, and we didn't react very well to the tweak. Ultimately, we got to be way better in that area. So you can't go back and play that period over. What you can do is learn from it and go play a better game here tonight.
Jeff, what's the status of Jimmy Howard, who left the game due to injury?
We put him on the injured reserve, so that means 7 days from the date of the injury. So he won't be available for those days.
How about Patrick Nemeth?
Patrick Nemeth is not available tonight. We'll see where it goes from here. He's got a bit of an illness still going.
Talk about this Philadelphia Flyer team for a moment, and they've been pretty good on home ice. What do you see from the Philadelphia Flyers?
Alain Vigneault's teams always play fast. They do a real good job of trying to put you on your heels. They move the puck out of their zone fast. They move it to the neutral zone fast. So, it's going to come down to who's on top of who. If we're on top of them, then it's advantage us. If they're on top of us, it's advantage them.
What about scoring goals now? What's the best way to get in front of the net and score?
We got to drive the middle more. We have to drive the middle more. We have to do a way better job of having that presence. I think those two things can help you score more dirty goals. We haven't scored enough of those dirty goals this season.
Face-off just around the corner. Red Wings and the Philadelphia Flyers. As always, Jeff, thank you very much.
Thanks, Ken.
And that's Red Wings head coach Jeff Blashill with his pregame thoughts.
And one more thing, just in the line combination, so many different injuries and different combinations. Glenn Denning now moves up the top line with Larkin and Bertuzzi. Happy to see when Fabry will play with Valtteri Filppula. Franz Nielsen in the middle. He's got Darren Hill on one side, Philip Sedin on the other side. And one little good news from Red Wings, Adam Ernie back in the lineup. He'll be on the right wing with Christopher and the fourth line and Brendan Perley.
Banking on the future brought to you by Comerica Bank. Comerica Bank is looking for the Red Wings' biggest fan. Chance to win and learn more. Visit Detroit'sBiggestFan.com. Red Wings selected defenseman Albert Johansson, 60th overall in the 2019 draft. 6'1" blue liners currently playing in the Swedish Hockey League. He has 4 assists in 15 games played and +8 on the season. Let's go around the National Hockey League now with Paul Woods. Just one game on Thanksgiving, and that was a 6-4 victory by the New Jersey Devils over Montreal.
I think the Montreal Canadiens have mentioned 6 consecutive losses. I think the last 4 games they've given up 6 goals in 3 of those 4 games in 8 against the New York Rangers in the other game. So defense just not there. And again, they still got their best of players still playing. Shea Weber back in the blue line. Carey Price in that goal. Carey Price don't look now. Save percentage below .900. You know something I want to talk about too, and again, it just amazes me. I keep talking about the Montreal Canadiens and their struggles and say, well, the goaltending. They always say before they talk about it, they say, well, Carey Price, he's the best goaltender in the world. Well, it doesn't look like it. Save percentage below .900. And how come he can't be criticized? I don't understand it. They outshot the New Jersey Devils 48 to 35 and lost to last night 6-4. He's got to start making some saves. And the other thing about it too is when I see these goaltenders reacting and smashing their stick against the goalpost and the crossbar and showing up a team, like, what's that make the other players feel like? If you're a young defenseman on that team and you come back, doesn't it make you more nervous? Now think of Marc-Andre Fleury, the biggest of Golden Knights. Vegas gives up some chances. He dives across, makes an amazing save. The guy comes back and apologizes, and he's laughing, saying, no problem, I got this, it's all right. That's what you want. That's leadership. Not showing up to teammates and acting poorly. And people keep saying, you're the best player in the world. Well, if you are the best player, you start making the saves. We have to shoot the other team 40 and 35. We should win if you're the best player. So my point being is, he doesn't look like it right now.
Well, it's like Neil Patrick Watt. The Red Wings posted all those goals against him, and he wanted to be taken out. And, you know, he
just hang in. Just hang in there, keep on grinding it out. And that's what your teammates want to see, not these big displays of emotion.
We got some afternoon games, most of them around 4 o'clock, like here in Philadelphia. But there is one final. Boston Bruins continue to play well on home ice. They're the only team in the National Hockey League that has not lost a game in regulation on home ice. And they took overtime to beat the New York Rangers 3-2.
And I haven't checked the box score, but they did the first 2 games they won without Steve Spurgeon in the lineup that top the line. He was back this afternoon, but give the Rangers a credit. Rangers do pick up a single point. They're playing outstanding hockey, and that's a team that's supposed to be in a rebuild. But again, it doesn't sound like a rebuild. You get Artemi Panarin as a free agent. You get Jacob Trouba from Winnipeg Jets. We'll talk about them in a second. But all of a sudden now the Rangers playing some good hockey. Mixes and Monajan back in that blue line, but 6 consecutive wins now. The Boston Bruins, and even without Jeff Bergeron, right now you'd have to say they are the best team in the National Hockey. The other team is probably the Washington Capitals. You know it. They win its opposition as well. I want to get back to Winnipeg. Winnipeg right now has got a -1 goal differential, yet they're 6 games above 500. Now that too is almost impossible to do. Now Paul Maurice, my manager, has done an outstanding job. Since last year, they've lost Jacob Trouba, Dustin Hoffman, Ben Sherratt, who plays now for Montreal Canadiens, and Tyler Myers, who plays the Vancouver Canucks. So they lost 4 of the top 6 defensemen from last year, yet they're still 6 games above 500. That's an amazing job with the Winnipeg Jet coaching staff.
What do you think the reason why for that? Are they getting the offense they need and good defense and good goalkeeping?
Well, again, the defense has been depleted, so they haven't got those big names back in the blue line, so it's that team defense. It's not the defense, but it's the forwards playing defense. But one thing did change when Blake Wheeler got separated from Mark Scheifele. They're on the top of the line. Willis, the captain, he now goes back to center, so he not only got taken off the top line, he had to change positions. But all of a sudden now that second line is much more tougher to play against. And then they moved up Patrick Laine. He's playing with Kyle Connor and Scheifele at the top line. All of a sudden they're on fire. They're playing good. But Wheeler's line is good. Then Adam Lowry, who's a 4th line center, he's moved up now. He's a 3rd line center. So all of a sudden now they're really big and really deep down the middle. Difficult to play against. That's a good job of coaching by those guys. And that's why I got Brian Little on my trade list. He's on there for Winnipeg Jets. He's a reliable second line with center iceman. There's some teams that need a guy like that. One of my teams, the Buffalo Sabres. The other one, before I mentioned the Montreal Canadiens. And 3 or 4 years ago, he took the NHL to a storm. He was scoring points game after game on the attack with a top young offensive defense in the National Hockey League. But he too has had a problem balancing offense and defense. And right now, he's a healthy scratch for Philadelphia Flyers. So the big question mark down for gentleman at the NHL, what will I give up? What is the value of a defenseman like Shane Gostisbehere, who seems like he's lost his confidence?
Paul, were you impressed with the Toronto Maple Leafs that last game at Little Caesars Arena?
Really impressed, just the way they played, and they're all around that puck, that 5-man game, up and down the ice, but especially the offensive zone. The thing I noticed about them is the forwards were coming up high in the offensive zone, so the offensive players weren't staying down all the time. They're skating back high towards the blue line and moving the puck back and forth to the defenseman, so they involve the defenseman, and that breaks down the defensive coverage. The defenseman's on him, he doesn't want to go that far out, so all of a sudden, it gives guys like Austin Matthews some time in his space, so I thought that was an impressive, but when you go back to the record of Sheldon McKeith, he's actually won the games in a ratio of 2-1. 2 wins of every loss, everywhere he's been. Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds in the OHL, Morgan Frost, I think maybe would have played for him, maybe not. And then the American League, 2 wins for every loss, and all of a sudden now, 3 consecutive wins for the Toronto Maple Leafs, but they played outstanding hockey. That's the best I've seen the Maple Leafs look in quite some time.
That's a look around the National Hockey League. Up next, ball head is Keith. shot the puck, knocked down in front, and the Flyers bring it ahead out to center ice. Van Riemsdyk to shoot it into the far corner of the Detroit zone. And after now, Pitlick. He had a goal in the last game against the Columbus Blue Jackets. It's worked back to the blue line. Now a shot taken, and that one off the iron, and that one ends up to the far side, and Helm to dump it out to center. Sanheim rolls it across. Van Riemsdyk just shovels it back into his own zone as the Flyers are in the middle of a change.
Jimmy Retchard up the stick of Tyler Pitlick. He's forward to other forward off the inside of the goal post. The Flyers are that close to taking the lead.
Score opening period, and they'll bring it ahead out to center ice. Pitlick steers it in behind the Detroit net. This thing after it, Dylan McElrath will play it up the right side for Adam Ernie. Ernie flipped it across the ice. Here is Perlini making his way in with speed. Left circles, cuts out in front with a backhand, and Carter Hart came up with a pad save. Perlini with a golden opportunity right there. Now lead pass. Here's Lawton breaking through the Red Wing defense and on goal. He scored. Made a move, put it into the pants of Pickard, and Philadelphia takes the 1-0 lead.
Just can't draw it up sometimes. Sometimes this game could be cruel. This is not fair. Great to play by Brendan Perlini. Power move down that left side to turn the corner. He beat the defense, but he walked in there. Big pad save by Carter Hart. Each get an assist on that goal. Set pass to the neutral zone. Scott Lawton went underneath to the forward. Walked in there, went to the backhand of the deep. And quickly across the line, and just like that, the Flyers have taken the lead.
2 minutes, 56 seconds into the opening period. Breakaway goal by Lawton, and the Flyers take the lead. As you described, Paul, that came after a beautiful play by Perlini, who almost connected on the other side of the ice.
Kelvin Pickard back in the net that time. Seemed like he had it between his pads for a second, but momentum kept that puck going and definitely crossed the line. The Flyers are right back on the attack. Now enjoying that 1-0 lead.
On center ice, picked up now and played by Farabee and behind the Red Wing goal. Mike Green back in action after sitting out a few games due to injury. Moves it to Philpott, carries over the Philadelphia line. Here is Anthony C with a blast from the top of the left circle wide of the goal. Green holds it in at the blue line. 1-0 Flyers early in the hockey game. Philpott in the corner of the Philadelphia zone, played it off the chest of Provorov, will backhand it up the right side boards, not out, stumbling and